So Overwatch 2 has been out for about a week now, and I think it's safe to say that it has been at the forefront of discussion in the gaming community. And most of that has been about the shitty launch and the shitty battle pass and the queue times and everything that we've already heard about. But I've sat down and compiled a list of pros and cons and just some general thoughts that I think about the game as a longtime Overwatch 1 player who has played a lot of Apex and a lot of Valorant and other first-person shooter games because I am a fan of the genre in general. But anyways, let's just get right into it. I'd say overall the game gives me similar vibes to Apex Legends in the sense that at its core, it's so fun mechanically and it's so fucking addicting and like the dopamine hits you get for winning are insane. But it suffers from being so fun at its core because the developers recognize that they can half-ass the effort that they put into the game, and people will still play it, even if they don't go 100% in their efforts to improve the game. Let's get into the pros first, start the video off on a positive note. Um, Firstly, I'd say the game is smooth as fuck. I think it looks great. Graphically, it looks great. The gunplay and the hit registration feels really clean and really smooth for the most part. There's a couple things that are busted, like Reinhardt's charge, the hitbox on that is fucking broken. But I'd say in general the gunplay and the movement feels crispy, which is good. That's what we expect. I'd say that 5v5 feels like a necessary change. I know that there was a lot of fun parts that came from 6v6, like the comp flexibility and the strategy flexibility and the hero synergy. But 5v5 does feel like a necessary change because it eliminates shield spam, and the game feels like it takes a little bit more skill in all roles. Like you have to be more considerate about your positioning and things like that. It's less spammy. And I would say that having role queue comp and open queue comp is a good thing because open queue comp will bring back a little bit of that diverse team comps and shit that we all liked from 6v6. Another pro, I would say Overwatch 2 has better Smurf prevention in theory because you need to have your phone number tied to your account. But that leaves me with the question, why am I still getting fucked in a bronze lobby? Like I'm playing DPS in a bronze lobby, dropping 45 eliminations and 3 deaths as May, which is a game I had by the way. But it's just going right down to the wire. Like it feels like even the players in bronze are fucking good. So I don't know what that's all about. Yeah, that's about it for the pros that I could think of in the couple minutes that I was writing these notes down. Like I'm having a great deal of fun with the game and I'm having a great deal of fun playing the game with my friends, but I just can't help but notice all the cons that came with this game. It just seemed like they almost weren't ready. So starting off, there was the horrible nightmarish launch that the game had. People couldn't migrate their account. People couldn't get into a fucking game. People couldn't even get into the game. They were just in queue times in Battle.net, just waiting to get into Overwatch. And this was happening like still to this day, Thursday, October 13th, over a week after the game is released. To this day, I still think that there's people that are getting fucked, but it's just not as heard about or talked about because most people can play the game fine. Um, Another con, 2CP is gone. Just an entire game mode is gone. And I know that some people didn't like it or some pros didn't like it or whatever. But if it's that bad, we really could have just removed it from competitive. Like my question is, why the fuck are we removing content from a game? Like they obviously have no problem with the game being too similar or recycling old content because Overwatch 2 is 90% similar to Overwatch 1. But so why are we removing content when it comes to a game mode and whole ass maps like Hanamura, Lunar Colony, Temple of Anubis, Volskaya? Like some people hated Volskaya and shit, but not everybody hated the game mode in general. Like we could, if it really was that much of a problem, we could have just kept it in quick play if the competitive balance issues were a concern. Moving on, still talking about game modes. I think the new push game mode is decent, but it feels like it needs some work and it feels like it needs some balancing because sometimes it just feels like half of the game you spend running back to your team. even if you don't die that much. Like it just feels like you get punished way too fucking hard for dying in that game mode, but maybe I just need to figure out how to play it better. Um, I think some of the cons about 5v5, I think 5v5 is cool, but it comes with some inherent balance issues. Like some of the tanks are unplayable on certain maps or certain comps, like Doomfist, for example, or even Winston. Like Winston's not bad, but he's horrible on certain maps and with certain comps. And I think that that is a byproduct of the fact that some characters and tanks were meant to be complementary to main tanks in Overwatch 1. But now there is no main and off tank, it's just tank. And there's some balancing issues that I think need to be worked out just from the natural transition of 6v6 to 5v5. Moving on to another con, the battle pass is horrible. It's dog shit. Um, Kiriko is locked to the battle pass, and she's OP as fuck. She's like it was very clear that they intentionally made her really fucking fun and really fucking powerful to start off with, but they just locked her to the battle pass. But that's to be expected. It's Activision, it's Blizzard we're talking about. It's 2022. Gaming is kind of trended towards that route, and it's unfortunate, but it's what we live with. Um, but again, about the battle pass, you can't buy the next battle pass with the currency that you get from this one, like you can in a game like Fortnite or Apex. Like I don't want to have to spend the $10 every month or whatever just for shitty cosmetics. Like the shit in the battle pass itself actually sucks. Like it's not really that cool at all. And if I'm not getting currency to get the next battle pass, then what the fuck am I doing buying it? Um, Another con we've got, there's no built-in LFG or custom game servers, as far as I know. Maybe I just haven't looked hard enough, but that's what we had in Overwatch 1, and it was great. So I ask us the question again, why the fuck are we removing content from the game? Why are we removing 2CP? Why are we removing custom games in LFG? I don't get it. This is perhaps what I am the most heated about. What the fuck is this ranked system? It's absurd and it's mind-blowingly bad and incomprehensive and inconvenient. First, you can't even see your rank. Your rank should be a live update after every single fucking match. You should get feedback based on a win or a loss and how you did, and you should get your rank adjusted every match according. It shouldn't be after every 7 wins or 20 losses. Like, bro, what am I doing? What am I doing going 7-2 in my DPS placement matches to get placed in fucking bronze 5? Like playing objectively well. Like I don't understand that. And I know that a lot of people are in bronze, but like surely this is some sort of mistake. And if I'm in bronze with my other friends who are also in bronze, who are also on new accounts like me, why can't I play all roles with my friends? Like why is it when I queue up as DPS or something, it prevents him from queuing up his tank? I don't understand it, and I tried so hard to figure it out, but I can't. And it's got to be something about like SR discrepancy. But my two questions regarding that are, how the fuck am I supposed to see my SR after every game? And how the fuck do we have an SR discrepancy if we're both fresh ass accounts? Like, what is going on here? And that's probably the most major thing, the last major point of the video. But another minor point that I want to add on is, why is there no post-match voting cards for the achievements like there was in Overwatch 1? It was fucking cool, and it was a great thing that went along with the endorsement system to reward players that did well after the game and to get some XP and to get some recognition. But again, this is the third time I'm asking this fucking question in this video. Why are we removing content from Overwatch 2? It's supposed to be a sequel. It's supposed to be a fucking fat update. Whatever it's supposed to be. We're removing content from it when we already are supposed to be fine with the fact that there was supposed to be a whole single player campaign PvE system that was fleshed out statistically and mechanically. And we just don't get it. Now it's just put on the back burner and they're going to say, hey, we'll make you pay for that later. So why, amidst all that, are they still removing content that was literally in Overwatch 1? that would it was more work to take the content out than it would have been to just keep the damn thing in. And so, like I said at the beginning of the video, I think this game is going to be similar to Apex in the sense that it's just too fucking fun for its own good. Like I'm going to be sitting here addicted to it because it's super fun, but I'm just going to keep getting shafted by the company. There's going to be server issues and excessive microtransactions and things locked to battle passes because Blizzard knows that people that love this game enough will play it no matter what. And there's a substantial enough player base out there for that to happen. So anyways, that's enough of my Overwatch 2 rant video. Hope you guys liked it.